Hello traders, this is the midweek market focus of the 10th of October 2012. I'm going to scan the market on Forex and then I'm going to move on to stocks and a bit of indices and then commodities to finish off. It's not much setting up, I would say. Well, it's been up really past good 2 weeks, and now sort of profit takings, and just need to wait for the market to set up nicely for some other opportunities out there. Well, let's start off by having a look at the euro dollar. Let's open it up. Right, euro dollar, it was looking quite bullish last week, and it failed to take the previous high out, and now it's flattening down, and it might be setting up for short, mainly because, as I said, this high failed to take the previous high out, and this low is like flattening down here, so it's kind of on a horizontal level at the bottom. So I would like to see that this low is taken out and then a pullback, right? And maybe if it's giving a high test bar, then we can position ourselves for short. And market is just going sideways now. If you see the EMAs are all flattening down. All right, and yeah, I mean, as I said, it's not much happening in this moment in time. Yeah, let's move on. The next one, cable. Oh, cable is bouncing off the 50 EMA at the moment, and it's a bit of a level here as well. And that was a massive drop that it had for the past couple of weeks. The stochastic is not giving any signal at all. It's just right down here at the bottom. The RSI is hooking up as price action is turning. It is making higher highs and higher lows, but there is not a very clear trend, right? For those of you who are looking for turning points in the market, there might be a good opportunity here to get a few pips to the upside, as it's bouncing off this level here, and you can look for long snipers or long pivots, or even it's a turning point in the market by looking at end of day opportunities. On the 4 hourly, still cycling downwards, came back up, testing the 200. On the 60 minutes, came back up to the 50 EMA, and still bearish. This is just a natural pullback that it's doing now. And if we see that price action breakthrough, pulls back down and is retesting the 20 EMA, that might be the first signal of a turning point in the market, right? So as you have the first higher low, that's an indication of a turning point in the market. So to start with, this next swing low cannot take the previous swing low out. Okay, so this swing here cannot take this swing out. It has to be higher, a higher low, and then from there we need a higher high, and then there, and so on. All right. and then we're gonna get a crossover using the 20 and the 50 and so on, and then it's gonna be sitting on the pivot point, and then as it goes up a bit higher, tomorrow's daily pivot is gonna be slightly higher, and it's gonna be like a staircase going up. It's like here, price action is going down, so we have a staircase going down. If the price action is going up, the pivot point is gonna be following the price action, so it's gonna be like a little staircase going up as well. Right, so golden cross, staircase going up, following the pivot point, and as you might even be able to look for potential bounces of the pivot, right? Pivot bounces as it goes up. Stop loss below, target above, and let it go. Good. Now there's a bit of a double bottom formation, not very clear. It was giving a pretty solid divergence here. That was today, but again, I like to see price action confirming the move. So I like to see the price action breaks through these highs, break through potentially these highs. So even better if it takes out the highs nicely, then it pulls back down, and then it's retesting the pivot, and then it goes from there. And then next bar is taking the previous highs out to the upside. And then the daily chart is just going to be climbing up. Alright, it's going to be catching up. It's going to be going up to the 20, then the 50, and this sort of area up here. Okay, right, that was cable there. And this is what is happening on the 5-minute time frame. Again, it's a bit too early as the 60-minute still kind of bearish, right? Until we get this sort of a scenario. So just need to wait until it sets up. The other option will be just a bounce of this 50 MA, and then price action taking these lows out. Then we're gonna carry on bearish down south, and the 50 MA doing something like that. Then it's just gonna be making lower highs and lower lows all the way down, and that means that this level won't be respected. This low test bar won't be a low test bar, bouncing off the 50. It's just gonna carry on going downwards, alright? So it's something that to look at. Now Japanese yen. Japanese yen is giving a inside bar. Obviously we have to. Oh, it's actually a double inside bar, but we have to wait for the daily bar to close. So it's a double inside bar after an engulfing bar, right? This bar is engulfing the previous bar, and now we have a massive bearish bar followed by a bit of a kind of like a dodgy bar and another bar, right? So this is a double inside bar. What is that telling you? Well, it's telling you that it's just indecision in the market. Okay, there was a really good trade here to the upside. I've taken it long here. Stop loss was below. Stop loss was below somewhere here because it opened here, came back down, then went back up, took the high out, triggering, and then dodgy bar, then continuation bar, and guess what? It reversed on this level here. Then you pull back down to this level, and that's what it is now. It's indecision, right? So I was saying on the last midweek market focus, I was saying look for yen long, and when it was somewhere down here, look for yen long and all the yen pairs long, and they all made loads of money, they all triggering nicely, beautiful cyclicity, and they all paid off nicely. Right, just gonna go through all the yen pairs first, and then we're gonna carry on from there. Right, now this is euro yen, and high highs and high lows, bouncing off this level here, broke through, retest, higher high, came back down to the 50, and then it just went from there. It was giving a really good entry down here at the bottom, key reversal, there, entry here, stop loss below, off it went. That was one of the trades, and the stochastic was hooking up as well. It's oversold, so it was giving some really good entries to the upside. It was telling you that it was going to reverse. RSI, same story, was down here, was telling you that it was going to reverse, and it reversed, and it kicked in, buy a bar, all the way up to this high here, and you can even take out your target. You can just trade the stop loss. All right. So entry here, stop loss there, and also it's the first bar that takes the previous high out. Entry here, stop loss there. Do nothing on day 2. Obviously here, not gonna trade the stop loss from here to there. When I move my stop loss, I like to move it a break even, at least. So from here to there, looking a few pips profit, then there, we get stopped out. Fine. So we make from here to there. That was a trade there. All right. Great. And look at the EMAs pointing down. Then all the EMAs are all pointing up. Golden cross all over the place here, and then it's just going up from there. Look how fast the EMAs are fanning apart. They're fanning apart quite fast. They're all aligned together, right? The 10, the 20, and the 50, and they're just following the channel. Look what it reversed. It reversed here, and this is the buying zone, right? Remember the buying zone from last week? That's the buying zone. Cool. Now we'll leave it alone. All right. So we took the money here. If you manage to get the money somewhere up here, fine. If not, we get stopped out. Fine. Next one, pound yen. Beautiful trade. Bouncing off. It bounced off this level here. So it was test. Bit of noise test. Broke through. Retest off the level at the buying zone, and then it just went up from there. Higher, massive high test bar of this level here, and then if you train the stop loss, as you should do, we get stopped out there, right? So you wait for this bar to close, put the stop loss here, and after seeing this massive high test bar, look what happens. It tanks big time. Obviously you put a stop loss there. Alright. Try the stop loss up to here. So you make from here to there. Okay. Yeah, now it's kind of bearish. Look, this high failed to take the previous high out, and this low has taken this previous low out. So this channel is invalid. This channel is now invalid, so you can take it out. There's no more channel there. Out, out. Now, if it carries on like that, it might be a new channel setting up. We're gonna avoid these spikes here. We're just gonna put a level there. There we go. Right. So if this channel is valid, this is what it's going to do. Okay. Still not quite established yet, but this. Well, if the channel continues, this is what it's gonna be doing. So I'm gonna take this out. So that's an option of what it can happen if it starts making lower highs and lower lows. And remember, put your selling zone there. Wait for the channel to be established, and then look for opportunities at the top. So you make money as it goes down. Okay. There. Right. What else is telling you there? Not much. Just this new potential channel that is setting up. Next one. Swiss yen. There it is. Swiss yen pay off nicely as well. Put a level here. Bounced up to here. Try the stop loss, get stopped out there. Make from here to there, which was 120, 113 pips, and reversed. Fine, we get stopped out there. Okay, great. Also good trade. And if you are watching it And if you see that, and you see a hook here, you can potentially take the money there before it turns and stops you out down here. But again, if you're following the rules are telling you to trade the stop loss up to there, and then we get stopped out. Fine, because you could have just carried on up to here and could have taken this high out. You would have made even more. But again, you just trade the stop loss. Okay, so there's no emotions, no fear, no greed. Follow the rules. The rules are telling you to move the stop loss, and you just move it up to here. Okay, so from there to there. Great. What else is coming up here? Right, that was all the yen pairs, pretty much. And let's carry on. See which is the opposite as the euro. But because of euro Swissie is not going flat like before, now euro and Swissie are not doing exactly the opposite. Kind of the opposite, but not exactly the opposite. When it was going flat, then it was obviously doing the opposite, alright? Because you're just putting them together, really. And this euro dollar and USD Swissie now it's going up, so obviously it's not doing exactly the opposite. Right, if we go to Swissie, we open it up. We've got a beautiful level up here. Obviously this channel is invalid, okay? It's been invalid since the first week of August, as it broke through. So there's nothing there now. Remove, remove, remove. And look at this level down. That's a big channel that we have. A massive channel that we had going downwards. And now this new channel, which is very clear on the weekly chart, by the way, and it's just going up. And the range is 700 pips or so. Great. And look at that. It's retesting the same level. It's retesting this trend line here, and also this horizontal. Here was acting as a resistance, now became support, and it retests the level, and it's been going up. Today it's reversing a little bit. Obviously it cannot go up on a straight line, but if it takes this high out and then it pulls back, I'll be looking to buy it. I'll be looking for long opportunities on Swissie. Therefore euro is going to be going down, right? So if you go to euro, and as we said right at the beginning, it's not making higher highs and higher lows. This high failed to take the previous high out, so we're bearish. I still need to see this low to be broken through, alright? Still need to see this low to be broken through, and the next high cannot take this high out. And if they're aligning together like that, if the highs are matching up, even better. Okay, so I'll be looking for that. And then I want to see this 50 MA to be broken as well. Then we're going to be bearish. To where? Well, down to there, and then back down to 120. Okay, so there's a lot of pips there to be made. So we're going to keep an eye on the potential new channel that is being established. Back to Swissie. So that means that Swissie is going to be going up. And that's what it's doing, isn't it? It's right at the bottom. And if we put the extra line there, this is the buying zone, alright, of this massive channel that we have. Let's go to the weekly chart now. Let's go to the weekly chart. Pretty clear picture on the weekly chart, isn't it? It came back up, tested 200, tanked, down to this low, alright, matching up with the lows there. Look at the RSI turning, and then was retesting there to the high out, came back down, and it bounced off the same level and the trend line. Alright. So if it goes up to here, euro is going to be doing exactly the same, but the opposite. It's going to be pulling back down. It won't be highly correlated as before, because we know what's happening to euro Swiss. Yeah, it's not going flat as like before. That's what it's doing now. Cool. Next one, Kiwi. We open it up. Maybe smaller. I'm kind of bearish. I'm kind of bearish on Kiwi. Well, since here, really. That's what we cover on the last midweek market focus. high test, turns, high test, turn, high test, turn. You remember this high test that we had last week? And I was telling you, if it takes out the low of the bar, we short. There we go. I took this short here. Stop loss above the high, and it's making money. Not if he's messing about. Potentially, you can potentially take the money down here and look for a retest and then sell it again, or just let it run. Depends on your time as well. Depends on how much free time you have to analyze the charts and go through your levels and all your indicators and so on. But yeah, I'm still bearish on it. I like to see a retest and then go from there. Great. And if you got a high test bar like here, happy days. You're just gonna go. Remember, it has to take the low out for it to be short in it, for it to be trigger in the trade. As you get that signal, you can also do some intraday trading as well. Not only end of day, you can do some intraday as well. Right? Canadian, on the last midweek market focus, I was talking about the oil price, the correlation from Canadian to the oil price, and so on. And I was saying that it was going to bounce off this level here, generate a head and shoulders, and then go up to here. And it seems to be happening. There, can easily retest up to here or up to there. That'd be a head, a shoulder, and a head and the other shoulder, right? The head and the shoulders there. Head and shoulders. It's an inverse head and shoulders. Great. So we're gonna keep an eye on it and see if it breaks through this level, then retest the 50 and this level. Then I'll be looking for long opportunities. Right? That means the oil price is gonna be dropping down. Okay. If this chart goes up, the oil price is gonna be dropping down, and vice versa. Next one. Well, happy days. It's bouncing off this level. Beautiful. There. Touches, bounces, touches, bounces, touches, high test, bounces, touches, bounces. RSI, telling you that it's going to reverse. Stochastic, same thing. Hooking up, and it's going. Right. I'm kind of bearish as well, and I like to see price action going up to somewhere here, the highest, or let's say the 50 MA, and then just tank from there, because this is the channel that we have. This is the channel that we have on the daily chart, right? From here to there, and I believe it's going to be trending within this channel for quite a long time. Now, yeah, I'm still bearish, also because of Kiwi and the highly correlated. If we go to the weekly chart, we open it up. Yeah, this high failed to take the previous high out. Yeah. I like to see that it breaks through this level, then it's going to go down to this level. So, we'll definitely keep an eye on that. Command enter. And then as it's going, you can look for short snipers, short pivots, and some intraday, and then also obviously end of day as well. And just trade the stop loss. Euro pound was in fact the best trade that we had the last few days of the month, on the 27th. It was also the first bar that took the previous high out, and here was acting as a resistance. Broke through, came back up to this level here, high, then it pulled back down, low test bar of this level was acting as a support, bouncing off the trend line, and it came back up and met this boy up here. Look, low test bar, going up to where? Well, to the previous high. There it is, met the previous high, and that was the target actually. That was the target there. The target was a few pips below this rounded figure. It's a few pips below the 0.8100. Just below that level there, 96, 97, 3 pips below the low. I tend to, if I see a level like that, I tend to put my target a few pips below the rounded figure, and the stop loss is always the other way around. The stop loss is always outside. The stop loss has to be protective. Have to be protected to from the high test bars and low test bars and false breakouts. So have to be outside. Have to be up here in case. Yeah, the other way around. So for instance, let's say we had a rounded figure here. We want to put a stop loss. Well, if the stop loss happens to be there, taking out 5 pips from this low, and that happens to be on a rounded figure, I'll add 2 or 3 more pips, and I put it below. So the stop loss would be 8 pips below the low of this low. You can also add the spread as well. Then will be 2 pips in ATX, will be 10 pips somewhere down here, in case we had a rounded figure there. Because we don't, the stop loss goes 5 pips below the low of this low, and if you add the spread, will be 7 pips below the low of this low here, and it's a low test bar. So, and the entry is 5 pips above the high of the bar there, and it goes all the way up to this high, and it reverses, and it's testing the 10 EMA now. It's testing the 10 EMA, and also if you see that, you'll be like, you know what, that'll do. Okay, that'll do. And it's hooking back down, and that was about 1, 2, like a 4 to 1 or something. It was a massive winning trade. 130 pips, not bad, right? In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 week, 1 week and 2 days, 130 pips. Great. Now let's move on. So, well, if I like to see a pullback down to the 50 and then back up again, and it's gonna be making a ascending triangle as well, and then possible breakouts here, or if it takes out this low, we're gonna be shorting it. Pound cat, nothing there. Pound Aussie. Pound Aussie might be setting up nicely tomorrow or the day after. But obviously, I wouldn't take it on Friday. So yeah, I would say by the end of the week or early next week, it's gonna be setting up nicely, making high highs and high lows, and that's a pullback down to the 20. I'd like to see some clear pullbacks of the 20. Definitely not lower than this low. Not lower than that low there. Just get a nice high test. A nice low test bar that doesn't take this low out. Closes up at the top within this channel here, and then the next bar taking the previous high out, and then shooting up to here. Right. So something there to look at and to keep an eye on. Right, let's go to the FTSE. The FTSE 100 is not making higher highs and higher lows. It's kind of reversing. This high failed to the previous high out. If it takes out this low, we're gonna be shorting it. All the stocks. A pretty clear level there. There we go. Might be bouncing a bit, and then I think I'm kind of bearish on it as well. I think it's gonna be pulling back down. This high not taking this high out, then I pull back up to here and then shot from there. Next one, dollar index and Dow Jones. Oh, beautiful. For those of you like reversal patterns, it was it was setting up nicely. I actually missed it. I actually missed this one here. Divergence, lower high, respecting the DC level up here at the top. High test bar, entry below the low, stop loss above the high, bring it back down. Trade the stop loss. As this bar closes, stop loss here. When the next bar closes, stop loss above, and just let it go. Let it run until it hits your target. Let's say here. That'd be a nice target to aim for. And if it doesn't hit the target, well, it might just stop you out by hitting the stop loss, which is the two options we have. Or it hits the stop loss, or it hits the target. Okay? And just let it go. That's a beautiful trade, I have to say. Yep. Right from the top. Again, reversal patterns are risky to trade, but if you get it right, they're highly profitable. It's not for everyone. And these patterns, they're more advanced patterns, and there are a few more things that we have to look for here and there. Speak to your coach, and he'll give you a few more insights, or also if you also it has to meet your personality as well to trade reversal patterns. S&P 500, very similar trade. Not as clear, I have to say. Not as clear, but it was a beautiful one as well. Bit of a key reversal. Well, let's call it a false breakout. Okay, a false breakout of the level. Bit of a high test, down. Beautiful high test. Divergence, shot from there down to this low. And if it breaks through down to this, well, down to the 50, right? Beautiful trade as well. On the Dow and the S&P. Both short. Great. Let's go to gold.